What's up YouTube, it's Dev here, back with another video experiment. As opposed to going to the farm and showing updates there, we're gonna be staying right here as I do some admin work, and I'm gonna be doing a 5-day fast. You heard that right, that's gonna be 120 hours of no solid foods, just water and herbal teas. Yikes. I wanna share with you guys this journey and document my experience because, of course, I've gone a whole day without eating. I've done intermittent fasting for the past couple months successfully, and I've seen the benefits from that. This will be my longest fast that I've ever personally done, and I want to document my journey and share my experiences on how it affects the mind and the body. Maybe you guys can learn something, and whatever tips I come across during these 5 days of going without food, I'll be sure to add to this video. That way you guys know how you can start your fast as well. So there's a couple reasons that I want to do this fast. First is, of course, the biological, the physical, resetting the body, clearing out the digestive system. If you didn't know, by fasting, you divert the energy that your body would be spending and processing foreign elements, the food that you consume, and it puts it back into taking care of other bodily processes, including immune system health and just general homeostasis. So that renewed energy that I'm saving is going to be diverted to other aspects of my body, and there's going to be a full reset that I'm looking forward to enjoying. Now, apart from the body, there's a mental and spiritual element that I want to tap into. Me personally, I've been going through some things, and I just want to be able to do a full reset mentally that I feel like fasting can help me tap into. I also want to see how well I would do in a survival situation. So typically in a developed country, we'll have food access everywhere. You can go to a convenience store, a grocery store, even vending machines if you really wanted to, and food is there. However, that may not always be the case. I want to see how well my body does, not only in abundance, but in lack. So if there's no food around me, am I just as effective as a human being without food? And that's something I'm very interested in seeing. And finally, habit. Just using the mental muscle of being able to override my body's concern for survivability, for eating food every single day. If I have food right in front of me, do I have the ability to say no to that? I feel like that's going to allow me to strengthen my muscles of perseverance, and also taking a page out of David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, I want to add something to the cookie jar that I can take out later. So if I can conquer these next 5 days without eating food, what else can I conquer? You know, I can go maybe 10 days or 15 days and so on and so forth. This is just something to add to my portfolio. That way I can say that, hey, I've done this before, I've been here before, and I can do it again if I wanted to. So I went ahead and set an alarm for Wednesday, December 20th at 2 p.m. I'm actually ahead of schedule because I went about 12 hours without eating already, but I think 2 p.m. this day should be perfect. I'll actually be in Orlando visiting a farmer friend, Mike, at Ever Oak Farm in Orlando. And he actually has a farmer's dinner that he's doing for his CSA subscribers. And I think that'll be the perfect reward for me to get off my fast. Of course, I will not be eating everything all at once, but it will be quality food grown directly from his farm that will recharge my batteries coming off of this 5-day fast. So I will say that I feel a little bit anxious already. If you had a chore that you had to do every single day and it took a little bit of time and energy to do it, and you didn't have to do it anymore, you would have a little bit more time than you typically would throughout your day, and that's kind of how I feel like not having to prepare meals. My typical meal routine only includes 2 big meals. I don't eat before 12 p.m. every single day, but when I do, I have a large, almost continental style breakfast. And towards the end of the day, after I get my work done, I'm still running off of the food that I ate earlier. But right before going to bed, I eat a nice big meal again. And that's pretty much how my eating habits and eating routine goes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, today the hunger hit me pretty hard. Every subtle scent of food, every sight of food made me that much more hungry. I noticed that there was a heightened sense of salivation in my mouth, but I'm staying strong. One way that I was able to cope with this is by just being busy, and that really put me into a mental headspace. Strangely enough, I stayed pretty much quiet all day. I didn't really talk to anybody, didn't really text anybody, and just busied myself in work. Got on some coding work, got into my propagation space, and started the next batch of seedlings for Grow Next Door Prime. Now that this day has pretty much passed, my stomach has stopped growling. Now that my stomach is completely empty, and it's starting to feel more like a fog is lifted and I can think more creatively and freely. So it is now 7:55 a.m. I still actually don't really feel that hungry, though the amount of mental focus and just like my mind space is definitely getting a lot more conscious. One thing I've noticed is that my sense of smell has increased. So like even all the little kitchen smells inside the cabin here, I have a heightened sensitivity to that. I don't know if it has something to do with me just being more hungry and like I can now smell food, like, and the presence of it, but that's definitely a thing. But even so, like even outside, like I was able to smell like the water from the rain, and I've been working nonstop since 4 a.m. this morning, so I can say that going to bed hungry probably does do something to allow you to wake up a little bit earlier than usual. Um, I've been working on setting up some designs for the farm. I could probably actually show you guys that too. Let me show y'all. So that's just a little bit of what I've been working on. This is pretty much, I want to say 1.5 to 2 acres. This whole area, including this upper part right here. So there's going to be mainly 3 focuses to the market garden, and that's kind of like the admin stuff that I'm working on. There's going to be the food forest concept here, which is pretty much going to be what I want growing there long term in the form of fruit trees and just high density agroforestry production. That includes bananas, canistel, avocado, star fruit, mango, soursop, all the exotic fruit trees that I would imagine like potentially even selling in the future. And then here, because I have a little bit too much space, I'm just going to dedicate to just cover cropping. So I'm going to put all this entire space to growing just Mombasa grasses. And then those Mombasa grasses, I intend to put underneath the guavas on the farm as a form of syntropics applied to them. So we have about 680 guava trees. And with Diago's help, I believe that we can use Mombasa grasses as a way to create a live mulch of sorts. And then, of course, here I'm going to have the market garden. So I'm starting off with a smaller space now, just about, maybe 10 rows. So I would say, here and here, the north and east and south side of the east parcels. But eventually, I would like to expand it to also include the cover crop area here. So what I'm doing is I'm using this space productively to create our live mulch for the farm, but eventually we're going to deactivate this space, use solarization to turn that into an extended market garden area. So this entire space, besides this inner area here, is going to be dedicated to a market garden. So after doing a little bit of research on fasting, I came across the term autophagy, and that's pretty much your body's feeding on itself. So using the stores of fatty tissues, the immediate carbohydrates, the sugars that it has in the bloodstream and within the cells, and I'm starting to tap into the body's inner processes. And one way to tap into that is also to get into slow, steady movement. So today I practiced yoga and I did deep breathing. My body was definitely on the weaker side, but I believe that by slowing down and also allowing my mind to tap into these bodily processes is going to allow me to get into a much deeper, intimate space with this fasting process. My muscles feel a little weak, but I'm actually feeling pretty light, both physically and mentally. I'm also noticing a heightened sensitivity to my body's signals. Every sip of water, every breath feels amplified. And this is the game plan. Towards the end of day 3, a friend came over. Her name is Tyra. And besides the schoolwork that she was supposed to be doing, she decided to tempt me to eat some of the food in my fridge. And because she was feeling hungry, I decided to make her a sandwich and show her that I was willing to see this fast through without giving in. This smells so good.
Yeah, guys. You all this by myself?
Yeah, you're right.
Steph, you're missing out.
I'm sure I am. You want 1 or 2 sandwiches?
get two and then make you look at the other one. Oh shit, that'd be hilarious. One is fine. It's okay. Fine. Okay, fine. I'll get two and make you look at the other one. You like that?
Yes, this is a form of punishment for myself. You're gonna eat both of these.
In front of you? It's crazy.
I don't know. If you're a big girl, maybe, sure. Go ahead. Enjoy. So the subscribers can see that I didn't make these sandwiches for myself. It's this girl. She hungry. How's it taste? How's it taste? Good? So that's me feeding the beast. And now I gotta watch her eat these sandwiches. It's a form of torture. Because I am definitely very, very hungry right now. Okay, YouTube. So it is day 4 of my fast, and I failed. So this was the main culprit, and some other things as well. I was with Tyra on FaceTime call. She's a friend of mine. And essentially, I told her, like, look, I'm at my limit. I don't really think I could go to bed and not wake up messed up if I don't eat anything. So I had this, I had some more water, I had some pineapples, some fruits, and I feel my body already starting to get a little bit better. I couldn't think straight. At the end of day 4, time was moving very, very slowly for me. And the biggest factor for me was the fact that if I'm going to be driving essentially like 4 to 5 hours up north to Orlando early in the morning on Tuesday, then I definitely need to eat something. It's just like, if you were to take like a prescription pill or do some type of like radicalized diet, don't handle any heavy machinery. And yesterday when I went to go see my relatives, my grandmother, I noticed that even that 30-minute drive to Pembroke Pines, I was drowsy and it wasn't a good look. So me personally, I didn't really feel that like it's worth it to risk my safety to do a 5-day fast when a 4-day fast could suffice. And that's just keeping it real. So I'm going to make a continental breakfast. Not so crazy. It's just going to be like some bagels, eggs, maybe some fruit. I believe some fruit. Yeah, definitely some fruit. The hell. And we're going to eat that. And I believe that should carry me on until most of this day and just wean me back to becoming more stable. A couple things I wanted to mention in terms of tips and tricks when it comes to fasting is to, if you're really serious about it, make sure that your schedule is cleared. Make sure that you're not driving out of town. Make sure that you're not going to be handling any heavy machinery, doing any exercising or hard physical labor. As a farmer, it's a little bit difficult. I tried planning it out based on, the end of my week, which is typically Wednesdays, Thursdays, as I get ready for the weekend. But even then, it's like I still had to prep for Monday and Tuesday to make this trip up to Orlando. Another thing I would mention is if you have any snacks in your spot, make sure you either eat those before the fast or you just get them out of here. Like, I typically keep my pantry more or less stocked, and I had the temptation of, Tyra eating food. I had all this food in here. Like, it just wasn't mentally. I was at a breaking point. Like, every second of the day, like, I was just hungry. Like, my mouth was watering all the time. It got to the point where, like, I could taste the inside of my mouth because, like, I was so hungry. And I think anyone who's ever done like a 3+ day fast can attest to that. You just become more heightened. I have this mechanical watch here, right, or a clock, and it has like this ticking, and my senses got so heightened to the sense that like I can hear the clock like tick audibly, just like time, like 1 minute felt like 10 minutes. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because it's like, when you're not content and you're hungry, like, that's good. That means that, like, you're essentially like extending your livelihood. And I think fasting allows you to tap into like a heightened sense of consciousness, as I mentioned before. And for many reasons, that could be a good thing. Like if you want to get some stuff done, like things that were just like on your plate that you were just literally you couldn't finish, no pun intended, then I believe fasting could help you isolate those things and knock it down for what they are, because you will not be, processing energy towards food. You'll be less distracted. You'll be in a heightened focus state. Anything else? Um, I think I will do a juice fast next time, just because there's levels to this. Like doing like a straight no food fast is pretty intense, and I didn't realize how intense it was until I was like past day 3, and I had worked out on Thursday. Actually, I did legs, and typically it only takes me like a day or two for like the soreness in my legs to like recover. And it's day 4, and I still feel sore. And I don't know if it's because like my body just doesn't have like the protein necessary to heal my legs, but that may be a thing. So I definitely would probably do a juice fast just to give my body like that extra energy to still process the digestive system very, very easily, because the fluids from the juices will just be more readily absorbed than, if your body's like breaking down solids. But it would also give me that energy to like think straight and just do what I have to do. So those are my notes and my realizations, and I wanted to keep it real, because like I think that on YouTube, like a lot of times, like people think like, oh well, if I mean, nothing's impossible. Don't get me wrong, but nothing is ever picture perfect, and sometimes things may happen that you can't expect. It's just how you handle it and just like what you can learn from it. Those are the things I learned. I think this is a good opportunity for me to have levels to this, so different variations of fasting. So right now I'm at 4-day fast, so that's my score, 4 days instead of 5. And I'm gonna use the energy that I'm gonna be gathering today to make a really good video for you guys on Mike's farm at Everoak, since I'm gonna be camping there for next week, and praying that I get there safely and everything goes according to plan. So let's do that. And the next videos in the future about fasting, we'll discuss about the juice fasting, the different variations of fasting, and let's see if I can go a little bit higher this time. Maybe I reach a point where I have like a 10-day vacation and I'm not necessarily doing anything crazy during those times. I'm just chilling. Maybe I can do a 10-day fast, but I'm an ambitious individual, and like honestly, it makes me more aware of like the expenditures of energy that I have, in the sense of how many calories it takes to do things, because like I kind of just take it for granted. I used to calorie count, but now I don't. But if I were to think of like, okay, I need this much energy to farm, I need this much energy to work out, I need this much energy to like even mentally think straight, now it's like, what is this food that I'm ingesting? How is it going to make up my body, and how is it going to add value to my day? So I think it's really going to hone down on like the quality of food that I eat, besides just boom chicka pop. Hopefully they don't take that and make an advert with it. But that's what I learned from this 4-day fast. We're just going to talk about fasting in this video. I'm going to end this video with a quick little b-roll of me snacking on some continental breakfast. That's it for this video, guys. So I conquered a 4-day fast, and hopefully we can knock out more in the future. If you'd like to see what those videos are going to look like and you want to stay tapped in, feel free to give this channel a subscribe. If you liked me trying and failing, also give it a like, and stay tuned for more videos to come. If you have any tips though for anything that I could have done better for this fast, and maybe something for the future, or anything that you'd like me to try out or test out, let's do some biometrics. Let's see how our body works. Let's push it to the limits and see how far we can go, and try to keep on moving the goalpost every single time. That's growth, and that's why you guys are here at this channel. This is Growing with Dev, signing off. Peace.